Hey, it's confession session number two. Confession session number two. And today's lovely topic is about shame. So this morning, here's the rub. Here's the rub. I got to feel some shame and guilt this morning. I'm gonna like totally pour out my guts here. So I don't like to clean. I'm not like the domestic kind. My office is very eccentric and artistic and filled with knickknacks and paper and books and ideas. Ideas are everywhere. And I function just fine here. I function just fine. And so a few weeks ago, we have cleaning ladies and they we had a situation, and so we no longer have those cleaning ladies. And so my husband said he was going to clean today. Let me get to the point here. My husband said he was going to clean today, and so I feel all sorts of shame. Like I am like triggered by this. I'm triggered. He told me a couple days ago. I am in a trigger. I am like, oh, I'm a bad wife. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should be cleaning. This should be me. This should be me cleaning. And all sorts of just like the old stories, like, oh, you're not the proper wife. You're not a good Christian woman. You're not domestic. And like he knows this about me. And I will find us a new cleaning lady because I have like the reason to do it now. And my husband said it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And yet I was swirling around in all the shame about this. I did tidy ahead of time so that he could not have to like deal with all my things every which way, which means there's things like shoved in closets and hiding in tote bags and all of that. But what am I getting at here? Shame is going to, pop its lovely head out. And whenever you hear the word should, don't should people. Don't should on anybody. Use different words like you might or you could. Here's some suggestions. Here's some ways that it has worked for me. Which ones of these might you want to try? But don't use the word should. Use the word should, and be really aware of when you get your own triggers coming up, your own shame stuff. It doesn't say anything about me that because I don't like to clean. That means nothing. That means nothing. I would much rather record videos, five videos in a row. I would much rather speak on a large stage. And I would much rather, I mean, there's just so many other things I'd rather spend my time doing than cleaning the bathrooms and the kitchen. And so there's my story. How can we unpack this? What are the lessons? What are the lessons in this confession session? The lessons are listen to your own old shame stories. Listen, pay attention. No one can do this for you. This is the hard work. This is the work that I've done in therapy for, a gazillion years. My first therapist was when I was in high school and struggling with an eating disorder. Yes. And so many therapists later, and then I became a therapist because I wanted to know more and become trained in how to help people. And then guess what? I had the biggest shame incident in my whole life where I got sued. I had a client that killed himself, and then I got sued. And huge trauma, shame, big trauma with a big T. The man killed himself. I got sued for his death and named with malpractice. I got named with malpractice, friends. And this was very early in my counseling career. It was a long time ago, but it led to so many layers of shame in my career, shame in my career, in my chosen career, which I could no longer do, which I could no longer do. So I then diverted over to coaching and found a really lovely home here in coaching. A couple years ago, I thought that I needed to somehow resurrect myself in counseling world, and I applied to go to grad school. Well, here's the deal. I found out I was going to have to get an entire another master's degree. Oh my gosh, that's, a lot of time and a lot of money, like 4,000 hours of like working for free as an intern. And then I'd have to do, I mean, there was just so many hoops, and I thought that God was asking me to go back there. And what I realized is that it was just my ego. It was just my ego thinking I needed to do that. And so I call that my $800 life lesson, because I finished one course at the master's degree place. And then I stopped. I stopped and realized I'm exactly where I need to be. And so that was healing. That was healing some old wounds and old shame. So, question for you. What do you need to confess related to a shame story that you might still be having, related to career, money, family, addiction, uh, cleaning the house? I mean, there's big stuff and there's little stuff. Work through it, talk about it, find the places where you can unpack it so that you can be transformed and find freedom. All right. Follow along for more in the Confession Session series. I am Diane Cunningham Ellis. If you want to work more on this with me, just go to dianecunningham.com. I'll see you soon.